Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video, and another Tuesday. That's right, in the Destiny calendar, it is reset day, and that means I'm here to tell you guys exactly what is new this week, what the new Arekkz is, what the new Nightfall is, and any other noteworthy events. So, the very first thing you would have noticed, if you've booted up Destiny today, is this massive banner in front of you. Yes, that's right, it tells you that the Iron Banner has now returned, which means from today, which is March 17th, up until next week, which is March 24th, you can play the Iron Banner again. Now do remember that the way that the Iron Banner works this time around, as opposed to the way it used to work, is that your rank gets reset every single time, so unless you did the Iron Banner glitch, then you're going to start from zero. Which means if you do want some of those high rank weapons, then you're going to have to grind it out. But with that being said, let me quickly jump into the tower, run over to Lord Shaxx and see what he's got this time, because obviously every single time he has some different weapons that you may well be interested in, so we're going to go and take a look at what he's got. So firstly, let's quickly talk about the bounties. In one of the most recent Bungie updates, they did actually mention that in the next Iron Banner, they are going to slightly tweak the bounties. For the most part, they are still the same. You still got the earn 10,000 XP, you still got defeating 10 Guardians with close quarters melee attacks, and you've obviously got the ones like defeat 10 Guardians without dying, but they did make an adjustment to the one with a headshot spree, which if memory serves me correctly used to be with an auto rifle, but now it's just applicable to any weapon, so earn 5 headshot sprees while competing in the Iron Banner, so you can use whatever weapon you want, which is kind of handy, but for the most part they are still the same, which is a little bit annoying. I think it would be nice to kind of mix them up a little bit. It's a bit kind of uninspiring, but either way, that is how it is. Then going down to the equipment, if you do reach rank 3, then obviously you can buy the boots, and if you reach rank 4, you can buy the chest, and these can be used to supplement certain pieces of raid gear, so if you're struggling to get to level 32, or you just haven't got the pieces of raid gear, or alternatively you're just bored of the way it looks and you want something different, then you can buy these and supplement your pieces of raid gear. And then the weapons you can buy this time around are Jolder's Hammer, which is a solo damage machine gun, and Similar's Wrath, which is an auto rifle. No element on that one, but it's got a ridiculously high rate of fire, pretty low impact, but it is still a good weapon to have. So, with that out of the way, let's talk weekly activities. This week, we are returning to everybody's most hated strike. I'm not even going to pretend to make a joke and say it's everybody's favourite, because it's really not. We're going back to the Will of Crota, we're fighting Omnigul, and it's really, really annoying. So first up, the Heroic. Your modified this week is Arekkz. So just bring your Arc weapons, and it shouldn't be too much of a trouble. You do want to watch out for Omnigul in the final room, because obviously her attacks do deal nasty Arc damage, but either way, that is your Heroic. Then for your Nightfall, your modifiers are Epic, so heavily shielded and highly aggressive enemies appear in great numbers. Arc Burn again, so again you can use that to your advantage, and we'll talk weapon recommendations in a second. You then have Light Switch, so minions of the darkness deal much more melee damage, so again you do want to watch out for some of those nasty ones, especially in that first room. Some of those Vandals, some of those Captains, they can do some nasty damage, especially the stealth ones. And then lastly you have Angry, so minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. So they are your modifiers for the Nightfall this week. As I said, it's Will of Crota, Omnigul, and it's down on Earth. Now quickly, let's jump over and talk weapon recommendations. So firstly, primary weapons, what would I recommend? Personally, my go-to arc weapon is Fatebringer, simply because, especially in that first room, it does make light work of those massive groups. If you've got Firefly activated on it, then landing a nice precision headshot does help dispatch some of those large groups of people. I might switch it up for the later part of the strike, but for the most part, Fatebringer is my go-to weapon. Alternatively, given that pulse rifles are now quite a viable weapon, then the Oversoul Edict is an arc damage pulse rifle from Crota Raid, and it is actually pretty good. Then on to secondary weapons. If you're looking for an exotic, Patience and Time is a really good one. Obviously it's an arc damage sniper rifle, and when fully leveled can do some pretty good damage, and obviously you have the added bonus of being able to go invisible, which does mean when you're trying to sort of like manage some of the enemies, especially maybe in the final room, being invisible does allow you to line up a nice headshot on Omnigul. Alternatively, if you want to get up close and personal, then you have something like Light of the Abyss, which is an arc damage fusion rifle, and similarly if you have the Dark Below, then everybody should have this weapon. You could also use Murmur. Then coming in at the heavy weapon slot, Song of Urut is going to be a really good weapon. It is an arc damage machine gun, does really good damage, and if you can get into that safe room in the final boss room, and you can unload a clip on Omnigul, then you can do some massive damage. That being said, while there is still arc burn, don't forget that the Shanks do come out with solar shields, and similarly some of the wizards also have solar shields. So having something like an icebreaker, or just a solar weapon in general just to take down their shields, is going to be mighty handy. And with that, that is it. They are my recommendations. That's the new Nightfall, that's the Iron Banner, and that is your weekly reset. So hopefully you guys found it helpful, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you did, don't forget to leave a like and hit that thumbs up button down below, and obviously don't forget to subscribe if you're not already part of the Arekkz Gaming Nation, so you don't miss a single video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are going to be taking with you in this week's Nightfall, and thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.